LinkedIn says you're not approved for LinkedIn Live. We're live on YouTube, though.
Okay, cool. What's going on, everybody? It's Matt Faircloth. Welcome to today's live session. Now, you guys have probably been watching the Mentorship Monday program we've been doing here on the DeRosa Group page for years. We've been doing it we have several hundred Mentorship Monday episodes. And we decided that we've gotten a lot of inquiries from people, and we want to help more people, and we want to do it in a live fashion that people can contribute to and be a part of and everything like that. And it's just cool to hear people ask questions live because there's follow-up questions and there's just conversation. And me just responding one way to you guys' email questions is one thing, and it's been phenomenal. And I thank you guys that have sent in questions to help me at DeRosaGroup.com. But we want to take it to the next level. We're a next level company. We want to keep growing and keep going. So what we're doing is we're bringing the Mentorship Monday model to a live session. So if you guys are watching the recording of this, that's great. If you guys want to watch it live, you want to watch on Mondays at 4 p.m. Eastern, we're going to be recording and shooting and live streaming Mentorship Monday live. So if you guys want to watch live, and ask questions live and just pay and be a contributor to it live, great. If you guys want to take it to the next level and be a member on this show, all you got to do is write an email to helpme@DeRosaGroup.com. That is helpme@DeRosaGroup.com, and we'll screen those questions. And for those that are good questions, we'll have you guys right here on the air with us, right? Because there's good questions, there's not great questions. We've got 3 people lined up that have great questions lined up for you guys to pay attention to. So please listen to that. Now, we also want to this is all about picking our brains. And I just quick intro to my man, Justin Frazier, for being here with us. Hi, Justin.
Hey, everybody.
How you doing,
What's
brother?
happening? Thanks for having me today.
So Justin and I spearheaded this great initiative because, and this really spurred out, this really spurred out a Mentorship Monday years ago, because I wanted to give people a platform to pick my brain. Because a lot of people will just, hey, I want to pick your brain for a little bit. Okay, great. I want to let you guys do that, but I also want to provide content for people that everybody can learn from. Because if I give advice to my friend Malcolm Tears, if I give advice to him, then that's just from my mouth into his ears. But if I give it in a microphone and put it on YouTube, everybody gets to learn from it, right? And it also creates content for the channel for us all to learn from, right? So that's what Mentorship Monday was all about. But we decided, we want to give people even more than that and give people more transparency and visibility to what we're up to. So that's when we came with DeRosa Insiders. DeRosa Insiders is a look inside of a real estate company. And there's a lot more Pick Matt's brain sessions. There's Pick Justin's brain sessions. There's really get inside these brains of ours here and find out how we tick and find out how our company ticks and get real hands-on access to us as a real estate company. And see everything we do. Like, Justin, what did we do today? You guys toured a property today, right?
That was awesome. We did a live video with our boots on the ground at one of our properties in Kentucky. We walked around, we showed off. I got to see the new playground that was installed. We walked around the dog park, the hallways. It's like all these different things that, I would maybe have to go and maybe would take a few photos or video of. We have this awesome tech, and we're streaming live in our group. We're showing it off. And the nice thing is it's not just a video, but people can ask questions. And so one of our investors might be on there and want to know, hey, what's happening with that playground over there? He can turn the camera on. We can go look at that, and he can walk over or go chat with whoever at the staff. So it's very interactive. It's very accessible, and it makes us and you much more accessible than you ever have been before. Yeah. It's really awesome.
It's exclusive to our Insiders group to be a part of those property tours and to meet our underwriters and to meet people that help us find deals. So if you guys want to join us at Insiders, just go to DeRosaGroup.com/insiders and you can join there. It's a whopping $25 a month. I know y'all spend more than that on things like coffee and other things to take care of yourself and fun things you guys do. Why don't you guys help help invest in something to bring yourself up to the next level, real estate investing wise, and be a part of a phenomenal community that's growing crazy every day. It's blowing up. DeRosaGroup.com/insiders. And if you guys want a coupon code to join Insiders for $1 for the first month, you guys can go to text the word DeRosa to 66866. That is 66866. Join Insiders for $1 and for the first month. And you guys can also get a free big basket of goodies. Now, everybody watching here is going to get a month worth of Insiders for free. That's the participants that are going to get Insiders for free. The participants that are going to join us today that want to pick our brain. Justin, did I leave anything out?
That's it.
That's it?
Yeah, you got it.
That's it. Cool. Okay. So
Listen, if you want to be like these guys, if you want to ask a question, if you want to pick Matt's brain, just email that link. We'll get you up here. We're scheduling next week, the week after, every Monday, 4 o'clock. We're going to be here.
Yep. Help me at DeRosaGroup.com. That is where you guys send your questions. All these guys emailed in those questions. So please, please, please email in your questions. We've got a long backlog of people that are on the list, but we're going to be doing this regularly. We're going to have a couple people on every month or every week to be a part of this thing. So we need to have lots of questions for folks to come join us. So if you guys want to be live on our channel with us and pick my brain live, then email us at helpme@DeRosaGroup.com and we'll have you guys on the show. With that, let's bring in our first guest. Justin, who we got?
All right. We have Jason Martins. Jason, welcome, man. Can we hear you?
Jason, welcome.
Yeah, hey,
man.
how you guys doing?
What's going on, Jason? We are so happy to have you here, man.
So I'm the first ever guest on the live version of Mentorship Monday.
That's it. You are.
That's
and you got that bragging rights,
perks.
man.
Bragging
rights. Yeah. You're right. Tell people that. And you're not just a guinne pig, man. You know,
right. I wear a pin or something. That's just pretty amazing.
We've done about 300 Mentorship Monday. I mean, I've been doing it for, probably 5-6 years, somewhere in there. I've been doing Mentorship Monday in that. So, but this is our first, truly first live session. Justin and I've done a few speed rounds where we've answered a bunch of Mentorship Mondays all at once. And that was sometimes in a way to kind of get through the list and to get just some quick answers out there to people. But we've wanted to go live for a really long time. And to just bring people on the show. We weren't able to do it until this technology called StreamYard came around that we're participating in right now. StreamYard's phenomenal. It's enabling us to bring guests on and go live on different feeds and things like that. So we're grateful to have it, and we're grateful to have you here, man.
Yeah, appreciate it. And the format's terrific because it's exactly what I've been thinking is trying to pick someone's brain. And my question relates to mortgages, and this is something that I've bounced through my head for a long time. And it's about rental property and whether or not to hold a property with a mortgage or to not have a mortgage. I mean, there's two different ways to look at it. But if I buy a property with all cash, right? No lens, I pay cash, I rehab the property in cash. Mm-hmm. So now I've got the whole property with no debt on it, and I've paid for the rehab. It's rented. It's getting top of the market rent. Should I refinance that property and take that money back out so I can do another deal, or do I leave it debt-free and maximize my monthly cash flow? Because that's where the issue comes in is, okay, do I refinance, pull my money back out so I can do another deal, but then my monthly cash flow is less because now I got debt to service? Or do I maximize it but I can do fewer deals if I got all my cash tied up in
you got your money back out. Right.
What do you think about that?
Well, okay, so there is a relationship between borrowing money and like you could get over leveraged on property, and there's a people don't correlate these two, but it's true. Debt and risk are directly correlated, right? So you're thinking like, hey man, I could go all cash, pretty much zero risk, and the only reason why anybody would ever go all cash on a deal is to avoid risk, to avoid losing the property, to avoid not being able to make your monthly payments, to avoid any of that stuff. Am I with you? You with me so far? It sounds about right. That's why you would want to go all cash, is to avoid the risk of either losing the property or being cash light or low cash flow. Correct?
Yep.
Okay. The thing is that there is a happy medium. Now you could just go, some people say, well, I just want to go no money down and lever the whole thing all the way up and go borrow hard money to buy it and hard money to renovate it and everything like that. That's like the higher risk option because there's a lot of things that could happen to the market that would pull you down. So you buy the property for 100, you put 30 into it, borrowing all 130 grand, which a lot of people do that. To borrow all the money you need, renovate it, crush your fingers, and as they say, God willing, and the creek don't rise, that you are able to pull all that out through a refi, aka the BRRRR strategy that we talk about on Bigger Pockets all the time, right? Yep. So that said, I think that there is a happy medium between risk and crazy amounts of debt and things like that. So if I were you, again, this is again, a lot of this is, Matt's opinion, but there's also what I think that you got to do to be able to grow and scale. And that now we haven't gotten into your goals or anything like that and where you want to go, but I do believe that if it were me, I would borrow a reasonable amount of money to buy the property and renovate it and all that. So I probably wouldn't go, even if I had the cash, I wouldn't go all cash in that scenario, simply because I don't want to put all my cash at risk. Your lender kind of becomes your partner on the deal because they're on the hook with you, right? They got 50 grand in and you got 50 grand in, whatever it is. And you're probably going to be able to negotiate cheap enough money that it might make sense to borrow some money on the acquisition and on the rehab. Now, you could easily talk me out of that because you're probably going to have to pay higher interest rates. But by all means, once you're done that work, whether you do it all with your cash or with all with some debt blended in, you absolutely should refinance it. And the reason on that is money is so cheap right now.
Right.
Like stabilized stabilized property money is in like the 3.5% range. We're not going to see the people. I have said this when they were in the 5% range, but I'll say it again. We're not going to see rates this low ever again. Right. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think rates are going to go much lower than they will right now. So it makes sense for you, I believe, to refi it, pull that capital out and do the deal over and over again. Now that's what I would do.
Right.
Let me turn it around. What's that?
Now I want to scale. I want to add to my portfolio, but at the same time, getting that full rent as cash flow outside of, whatever, management fee or whatever is terrific too. So I'm going to lose that huge monthly cash flow, but I can scale and buy more property if I refi.
I'd like to challenge you, Jason, to
Jess is going to the same place I was going to go, but go ahead.
Run the numbers on that. Because I bet that if you actually write it down using an Excel sheet or the Bigger Pockets calculator, you're limiting yourself, right? Even if you took half the money, right? Take half of that money out, do 50% leverage on that property. What could you do with the other half of that money? You could put it into the next property. You will find more times than not that the cash flow from the two properties, even though you have mortgages on them, is going to greatly outpace the cash flow from the one property that's fully paid off because you're using leverage.
Yeah,
right.
You're using leverage. Go ahead. I
was going to say I tend to look at things long term, but all things being equal, obviously you'd like to have no debt if possible. But all things being equal, I like to look at things long term, and if I'm able to buy instead of one property all cash. Granted, I might have a little bit more cash flow, and I get what you're saying, but if I'm able to leverage and buy, say, 5 properties as opposed to one, then long term, I'll be better off with the income from 5 properties as opposed to one in a long term view.
Yeah, in a long term view, because your risk is spread out among those 5 properties, right?
Yeah.
Number one. So, like, if one property goes under, then you've got the other 4 that are stable, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and bottom line, the ROI that you would make in doing the deal with all your cash into one deal is probably going to be single-digit ROI, like 5, 6, 7%, right? If you refi, leave some of that capital in, and then go do another deal, you'll be able to make the cash flow you want to make, probably with a lot, if not all, of your money still in your pocket. So you'll be able to create several $1,000s worth of cash flow for yourself and still have your nest egg sitting here.
Yeah, because I would love to put my money out, do a deal, refi, and get all my money back, and I don't lose anything. And that's the ideal situation. But boy, how nice would it be to not have a mortgage? You know what I mean? That'd be amazing.
You're thinking the wrong way. You're thinking homeowner terms, right?
Yeah, that's probably true.
And you're thinking Dave Ramsey stuff. Okay. The Dave Ramsey model is zero more. And listen, I read Life and Air, which is all about having no mortgage and all that kind of stuff. I get it. You've got to filter though. As a business owner, debt is good. As a home owner, debt is bad. Right. Kiyosaki says that, right? There's good debt, bad debt. The debt on your rental property is good debt. The debt on your home is bad debt. So yes, no debt on your home, no debt on your car, no debt on all that kind of stuff, no credit card debt, all that jazz. But it's okay to have business debt because business debt is going to allow you to lever up and do more deals.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right? Cool. Yeah, totally. Let's keep this conversation going on Insiders, man. I love the way you're looking. I love the way you're going. I love to hear more at the markets you're in and everything like that. Justin, we could have Jason come join us on Insiders for another live session over there for brain picking and stuff like that.
You're going to get an email from me this afternoon, and we'll get you into the group. And hey, thanks for coming. And if you guys are watching and you have comments or questions,
love the feedback.
Leave us a comment. Karen said hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us,
What's up, Karen?
If you're watching on YouTube, leave us a comment. Let us know what's going on.
Cool. Thank you, Jason. And guys, just a reminder, Jason sent that question to helpme@DeRosaGroup.com. That is helpme@DeRosaGroup.com. Send your question right now. Minimize the screen. Keep listening to me, but send a question right now to helpme@DeRosaGroup.com, and we'll have you on here. And you can be Jason's number 1. We got 2 more to be number 2, number 3.
Hey, I'm first.
You guys could be number 4. Number
Way to
4.
go,
Yeah, cool. Jason, thanks for being with us today.
You got it. Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Off to a great start, Matt.
Awesome.
Here we go.
Cool.
Number 2.
This is like Stop the Chump here, right? Cool. Okay. Chris
Pacelli, welcome to Mentorship
Thanks.
Monday, man.
What's going on, guys? Glad to be here. Number 2, not as good as number 1, but first show, we can still.
Was that first is the worst?
Good number 2, man.
The old
Two's a
thing.
good number. Yeah.
We're gonna make the reason why every number is the best number.
Right. I know. Like 45. That's just a number right there. That's a great number. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Anyway, cool. Chris, what can we do for you? What's on your mind?
So I just wanted to add, I like that was a great segment you had with Jason. A lot of good points. We do a very similar thing with the Burr strategy where we do try to refi out after.
Right.
And I'm a big proponent of using leverage to be able to then, I use a bunch of investors too. So just to be able to get that cash back and buy multiple properties, I look at it more from an ROI standpoint.
Yep.
If you can leave, still 5-10 grand in a deal, this is speaking in my market terms, it's probably a couple more zeros on for where you guys do business, but getting that money
We're
back.
all over.
If you can get a solid mid-teens to a 20% return on that cash you had to leave in there, that's fine with me at the end of the day. So my question is more centered around the private investors that we use. How can I offer security to multiple private investors on the same project? And is it possible to have more than one person on a single mortgage filed against the property? Or is it possible to, say, file multiple mortgages from individual private lenders on a single property?
Got it. Okay, great question, Chris. You are getting into your next level, brother, man. You're getting to you have graduated to real estate investing 202, man. Congrats.
I think I got a couple tips from some guy named.
Thank you.
He didn't pay me to say that, by the way.
Hey, man, in all seriousness, I need more reviews on that book. So if y'all do me if anybody, I'll put it out here right now. If anybody will write me a review on that book and send it to email it in to mentorshipmonday@DeRosaGroup.com. Write a review, send a photo of your review. I'll give you a month worth of insiders for free. Okay.
Not bad.
Yeah, but I need more reviews in the books. Guys, please help me with those. Now, thank you for reading the book. Thanks for the tips.
Absolutely.
A couple questions before I tell you what I think here. Are you looking to do all debt, or are you giving anybody equity are you giving anybody upside, or are you borrowing all the money from investors?
So right now we just started investing last summer. So we haven't even been doing it a year yet. We're on project 4 right now. So right now we're sticking with the short-term notes just to try to help us grow our portfolio. But we're starting to get some interest from a few higher level investors that want to throw some more money at it. So we will consider doing equity in the future. But right now it's more just for the short-term projects, especially on flips and stuff like that. If we want to obviously offer them some higher level of security, like an actual mortgage against the property, how can we do that for multiple? We've had some investors express interest in that level. I've tried personal guarantees too, because some of them are a little less value-wise. But
first of all,
go ahead, sorry.
A few things. If you guys aren't willing to personally guarantee your loans, then something's wrong, right? If you're not willing to put your own livelihood on, and I've had people and again, Justin and I do some big deals, like $7-8 million deals and stuff like that. That might make you not sleep at night too well if you got a personal guarantee out there, but you got to be able to do whatever it takes. And so I would question somebody not willing to personal guarantee a loan with an investor, because at the end of the day, you got to put your livelihood on the line, put your money where your mouth is, right? That's number one. Now, because you're not looking to do equity, to give these folks equity, and you're keeping it simple, because in the book I talk about how to structure equity, but equity is even next level, right? So you can do that. You can do it with JV. That's not what we're talking about today, but that's there and that's possible. Now, what is easy to do with what you're talking about is to give each investor or each lender a lien on the property. So you have a first position lien, second position lien, third position lien, fourth position lien. And as long as the property is going to be worth this, and the loans add up to way less than this, at the future value, then they're protected through their collateral that you're giving them, right? So let's just say the property's worth 500,000 when it's done, and each lender there's 3 lenders and they get $100,000 lien a piece, so it totals up to 300,000. The property's worth 5. They're covered, right? And that now you can get a little more complicated and give them even a little more collateral by only taking their money when you need it. Now that benefits you. So let's say your property value. What's your purchase price?
We're in the Memphis market, so the purchase price we're looking between like 50 and 100, and the ARV is between 1 and 150.
Okay, the purchase price. And so how much reno are you doing?
Reno's anywhere between our biggest project, we were looking at like 35 almost, and lowest was like 20. So
okay, so there's perceived risk that the third position lender's taking, right? In them being in third position, because they're kind of like they're technically last to get paid and everything like that. But if they're protected through collateral on the property, then they're okay. Maybe you can do what's called cross collateralization. So if you own a property over here that you're buying property A, you're going to renovate it, but you already own property B, giving them a mortgage on property A that you're buying, but also a backup mortgage called cross collateralizing it with another property that has a little bit of equity in it too, right? Now, you do not want to compartmentalize all your lenders into one loan, because what you'd have to do there is just put all your lenders into one LLC, and that LLC would then have to loan you the money. You just did a syndication. Right? That's a syndication that has to get filed with the SEC. That's a big bucket full of legal fees and everything like that. And there's no reason to do that if you're just borrowing money in debt, right? And that. So I don't see why you wouldn't just do it that way. Give them first, second, third. They might get skittish about the last positions, but you just got to turn that around and just say, listen, I'm giving you guys plenty of collateral in the property in the deal we're doing, and I'm going to give you liens on other places if you want it, and I'm also going to give you a personal guarantee. So
okay, and this
I think it should be enough to cover.
This would need to be set up through the LLC, you're saying, or
there's no LLC?
Oh, so it's just a mortgage you're filing with the
just filing a mortgage. You're filing title, mortgage on title. Are you guys a deed of trust state, or are you a mortgage state down there?
Deed of trust.
Okay, so your title company is gonna create a deed of trust for each of them. That's gonna be first position, second position, third position. You probably have to have a lawyer write up the actual loan documents. And that you want to just pay for all that, so you can govern those things. Now, the title company put their money in first position, second position, third position at closing. And what I was going to allude to is, let's pretend that you want to borrow enough money to do the closing, to buy the property from first position and second position. Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
Is that the truth? That's what you want? Is that what you're going to be doing?
Yeah, we want to. You mean in terms of paying back the lenders directly?
Give me the numbers on the deal. How much you buying the property for? What's the reno, and how much is each lender willing to put in?
So we just did a recent project. We're trying to keep right now. It's a lot of our own equity in the projects, just so we can have that. We don't have the track record to have a good enough selling point with some of these people yet. So we're putting a lot of our own equity into it. One of the purchases we just did was $65K. We put $25K rehab into it, and I think about 20. So that's 90 total. About 20 or 30 of that was our own cash.
Oh, the rehab.
No, the total price. So 90 all in purchase and rehab.
Where did your money go in the beginning or at the end?
I went in the beginning.
Okay. All right. You can grow up to the point you've been already doing this. Test the waters, try and do a no money down deal. Okay. I know we already just talked to my man, to Jason, but no money down, don't do it. Right. You've been doing this for long enough, and you get debt leverage. So can try this on the next deal that you do. Let's just say a scenario you just gave me, you come up on again, 65,000 to buy, 25,000 to reno. Right now, I am assuming that carrying costs are in those numbers. And if they're not, it's okay. But things like insurance, the monthly payment you got to pay them, you kind of factor that into your loan amount or your project.
With a little a 10% cushion on the rehab too.
Project cost. Okay. Right. So $65,000 buy price. Go to one person to borrow 30, the next person borrow 35. Okay. That's your first and your second position lien. Okay. Take that, put it over here. Then you got a third position lien that they're going to loan you 25,000, but they're not going to give it to you at closing. The reason why they're not going to do that is, number one, it gives them more collateral, because they have a mortgage on your property and they didn't give you the money yet. right?
Okay.
They're holding that money. You're going to take your cash and you're going to go and do $10,000 worth of work. You're either going to prove it to them in person and have them walk the property so you can show them what you did. Okay. And say, look, I did the plumbing, I did the demo, I did this, I did that. Or you're going to take your handy dandy cell phone and you're going to shoot a video of them for them and send it to them. By the way, that is how my YouTube channel got started. Was I started shooting videos for people. They're like, hey, look, here's the kitchen. Here's this, here's where your money is. And I sent it over to them. And then people started commenting on the video. Started saying, like, I like that kitchen. How'd you do that? I'm like, oh, hey, I think I got something here. Anyway, so, and you never know. Maybe you get it yourself a YouTube channel too by doing that. But anyway, prove to them the work that you did. You advanced $10,000 worth of work out of your own pocket. Then they advance you 10 grand for the work that you've already done. So their collateral's there. You technically added 10 grand worth of value. They give you that loan. They give you that loan to recompensate you for the work you've done. You go lay out another 10 or another 15 out of your own pocket, and then the property gets renovated, and they have very low risk. Okay, it's called construction draws. I talk about it in the book, but that is how you structure it. Exactly what I just said right there. Okay,
so you just front the cost and have the investor fill in on the back end.
You front it, then they fill you back. You front it, and they fill you back. Almost every bank that lends on construction does it that way.
All right.
Okay, all right. Chris, thank you for joining us here.
I just want to add real quick
that
it's whether you're first, second, third position, whatever lien, wherever that lender is, practice beforehand how the pros and cons, and try to anticipate what they're going to be concerned about and have those answers ready and be ready to explain them, how they're protected and why, even though it's the third position or the construction draws, just walk through those scenarios ahead of time. Be ready. The more prepared you are, the more confident you are, the easier to be to sell them on that. And it's not even going to be an issue for them.
Cool.
Good stuff.
Chris, thank you for submission to helpme@DeRosaGroup.com. Helpme@DeRosaGroup.com is where Chris sent that email. Stop and send it right now. I've got Chris Mattern. Email that question to helpme@DeRosa. That's a great question. I love you, but I'm not going to answer it on the air. Email it to helpme@DeRosaGroup.com because I want to have you on the show in that, Chris Mattern. So thank you, Chris Baselli, for being here. Come see us on Insiders. Chris got himself a 1-month subscription to Insiders for free. Chris, come join us over there, and we're looking forward to continuing the conversation. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thanks again for having me. Thanks,
See you later.
Thank you.
Another great question, Matt. Here we go. Number 3.
Here we go. Drum roll.
Oh.
Let's bring him up and put him back in.
It's
That's
not
weird.
Just me, huh? I see his
no, I
Malcolm,
can see you,
there?
Malcolm.
Can you hear us?
Got Malcolm.
Malcolm.
He's frozen up. I think he's locked up down there.
Yeah, we might have lost him. Oh, let's try again. Malcolm? No.
Why don't maybe he can get back in. I don't know. We might have lost our third person. That stinks. Well, here's the deal, guys. We're waiting for maybe Malcolm to log back in. A few things. So this is he here? Hey! Oh, we lost you for a second there, Malcolm. You're back. Cool. Worth waiting for, though.
Yeah, I know. I just sent you a message. Yeah.
No, you're back though. Last but not least, Malcolm,
right?
Want to let you know people are talking trash about being number 1 and number 2. You're the last guy, but you're not least, man, in our eyes. Okay, you guys are all equal. We love you all the same. Cool. So Malcolm, thank you.
3 is the best number. 3 is the best one.
It's a lucky number for a lot of people. Malcolm, thank you for submission to helpme@DeRosaGroup.com. Thank you for your email and in that. So Malcolm, what do we got? What are we talking about?
Well, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, so basically the question that I had is, I'm a realtor here in New Jersey with eXp Realty, and with COVID-19, a lot of things are changing right now. So my question was, what steps would you recommend that a new less than 6 months realtor take to grow during these challenging times, given that the new realtor may not have a brand or a client base or the experience?
Play into the change. Okay. Be the guy that's doing the virtual showings. Okay. Be the guy that's doing the virtual tours. I'll let Justin tell you a bit about it because he was the mastermind of this one. But Justin designed a system that has us, like, our occupancy rate at all of our apartment buildings have all gone way up during COVID. And Justin came up with a way to do that.
Wow.
Take his idea and take it into home sales and investment sales. Okay. But he'll run through that in a second with you. But play the current market. Here's what's great. Because you're so new to the market, you don't have this way that you're used to doing things that's over here, and now you got to change your model to do it differently, right? You can reboot yourself and invent a Malcolm Tiers that was always designed to work during COVID, right? So find what people want today. I'll tell you what I think people want. People want hands-off showings. People want to not have to get in their car and go out to a property to either lease it or look at it. So be willing to be the guy that, let's just say, before I even go there, are you brokering to homeowners or to investors or both?
Well, it's great that you asked that. I have both. So right now I have 14 buyers that I'm working with. Yeah. Some are investors. So I actually have three people from Brooklyn that are coming down to Mercer County trying to buy property. So
great.
Here's your idea. And this is a freebie from Matt. I'm going to make you a millionaire right here, buddy. Right. Okay. Get your buyer's criteria set from your Brooklyn people. Okay. From all your people, not your Brooklyn people. Maybe make them fill out a Google Doc or something like that on what their buying criteria are. Get really, really deep down. Cash flow. How many resources? How many units? Are you bankable? And get them to prove it to you. Show me you're bankable. Right. Okay, cool. Get their buying criteria flat, and then go find a couple of properties that meet their buying criteria and call the showing agent and say, listen, I got these guys coming from out of town. And I want you guys to sign off and give me the right to do a video shoot at your property. Because it's not your property. The seller has to sign it and say, yes, I acknowledge Malcolm Tiers can go and do a video shoot at my property. Then once they sign it, it's just super basic, right? For right now, you might not want to put it out live to the whole world, right? Because it's the showing agent's listing. But for now, don't want to do that. But eventually you work that into where you start broadcasting other people's properties on your cell phone to your Facebook followers and your YouTube followers and everything like that, just like we're doing here on StreamYard, right? But for now, just go and record a live session or just a Google Hangout or whatever, and give your investors a tour of the property without them having to get in the car and drive all the way down here to go look at a property. Show it to them. Hey, here's this duplex. I love it. Here's what I like about it, and here's what I don't like about it, because it's not your listing, so you can be a little more straight with them, might need to fix that roof, not sure if that tenant paid the rent, everything like that, you could be their eyes and ears. And the more you can do that using today's tech, the more you're going to make it sale. And that's how you hit millionairedom, buddy. But the first step is to just show just your investors those videos. Next step is to find a way. Now there's a gap in here that I'm not sure how to get away with this, is to take other people's rental properties and broadcast them as you're highlighting them, right? Does that make sense?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that because one of my fellow EXP agents up in Canada, he did that with a lot of success. So there's kind of like a little gray area, but you got to get that. I didn't know how to get around it. And I think just getting that signature
from a piece of
listing
paper
agent is how you get around it. Yeah.
Make it crazy easy. Send it to them using DocuSign. And it's like a 3-sentence thing that just says, hey, listen, I'm going to shoot this video. For right now, I'm going to send it to my people. The video becomes my content, but I'm not going to send it to anybody else aside from anybody that wants to buy a property from me. Everything like that. And that's interested in your property. So make it super clean. Get your guy in Canada to mentor you, offer them to mentor you in your first deal or two. But bottom line, play into the COVID thing. Find out what people want and how the world's changed. Because what I find is that there's a lot of people that are slow to react right now because of COVID, that are just waiting. They think the world's going to go back to the way that it was next week. It's not. We might go back to work, but things are not going to go back to normal anytime soon. So you got to discover the new normal and play into it. Justin, you want to add to it?
Yeah, listen, if I'm selling my house, my personal house here, I don't want people tramping through with dirt on their shoes and sneezing on my house and who knows, right? That is a very real thing that I might be concerned about for 12 months or more, right? So how do you use tech to ease my concerns as a seller about people coming in? And same thing as a buyer, right? If I'm a buyer, do I want to walk through, a dozen different houses where I don't know, touching the door handles and this and that? I mean, so leaning into it, embracing the tech, like Matt's saying, you can get pretty far along. We're leasing all of our units without people even walking through the the houses because we use our phones. Our leasing agents use our phones and take some really, really great videos. You could do 360 videos using your phone. You can do live walkthroughs. You can do pre-made video walkthroughs. You can take a handful of photos, create a slideshow that's got like all the selling features on it, put some nice upbeat music behind it using free apps, right? And now you've got an awesome marketing piece that shows off this property. You could put, if it's a rental investment property, put the highlights. It's going to rent for this. Your profit's going to be that. This cap rate, whatever. Turn it into a little video, put some dollars behind it on Facebook. Start advertising.
I just posted a link to a interview I did with Justin. This video needs a lot more love, man. It got nowhere near the attention that it needs but I just put it there on in the stream that you guys everybody needs to watch that video because it really explains just bare down to the nuts on exactly how you got. Justin invested $80. And he leased an apartment that's making us $915 a month for an $80 investment. Okay. Right. And Malcolm, you want to read that? Watch that video, but get out your pen and take notes and say, okay, how can I translate that? What Justin's talking about in the video, because he's talking about leasing apartments, but you can transpose that into what you're doing. One final tip before I let you go: when you walk through these people's properties, the biggest, you're going to have two goals here, right? The word that you want to have to your remote investors is "I will be your eyes," right? To the people you're walking through, either their home or their tenant or a tenant's unit or something like that.
Right.
I respect your property, right? So you're going to walk in there, even if you don't really, think it's a big deal. Wear a mask, wear gloves, wear booties on your feet. Okay. Wear the whole thing. Be decked out. I respect you, and I'm not going to make you sick. I'm just trying to get you a new person to either buy or be a landlord here for you or whatever. Right.
Right. And what's the value prop on that, right? Your value, the way you're different to that seller is you're going to do one walkthrough, and that walkthrough is going to get, in front of 5 buyers or 3 buyers.
They're going to remember you.
You don't have to be bringing people through. You just got to go through once. You're respectful. And now you got the information you need to give it out to everyone else. And
they're going to remember you.
You could get all the way to an offer, an accepted offer at that stage. And then maybe they come in for the inspection or something else. You could get someone very far along without them ever having to walk into that property.
Yeah, well, but if we're leasing properties without people doing it all remotely and everything like that. I mean, my bet is you could almost sell a property. They might want to come look at it at some point, but you can get them pretty far down the road.
I think so.
Before they got to come get in the car. So
absolutely
cool. Malcolm, thank you. Thank you for submission to helpme@DeRosaGroup.com. I wish you the best, fellow Jersey man myself. So helpme@DeRosaGroup.com is where Malcolm submitted his question. Guys, get on the keyboard right now. Type in this question so you can join us all live right here on the channel. Alex Loga, I'm watching. I want to see your email address come through with a question to helpme@DeRosaGroup.com so we can join. We can do more live Mentorship Mondays like this. Cool. Malcolm, thanks for being here. Justin, final thoughts.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, you're welcome, man. You're welcome. Justin, final thoughts. Take us home.
Yeah, man. First off, Mentorship Monday, amazing. Guys, more and more questions. We need your questions. We got a backlog, but we're going to always want more. Yep. These 3 guys asked some really great questions.
We'll make the good ones float to the top. The good ones make it on the show first.
It's got to be good. If you go on and ask, should I open an LLC? Matt might have a video about that already on YouTube.
I'll gladly talk about LLCs all you want. I mean, the short answer is yes, you should have an LLC. Next question.
The point is, you guys got challenges, especially right now. There's so many challenges, new challenges that are new to our industry. Ask away. We want to hear what you have going on, and we'll share more of what we have going on. And by the way, if you want to get into Insiders for free for a month, ask a great question, come on here, and you'll get in for free. I mean, what better way is there in? And so this way, and you get to promote yourself in front of 22,000 YouTube subscribers. So that's pretty awesome too.
Absolutely. So, helpme@DeRosaGroup.com is where you want to send it. Send a text message to the word DeRosa to 66866. And you can get a big basket of goodies that I put together for you. Lots of videos and stuff that's not available online. You can't get it on YouTube channel. You can't get it on a Bigger Pockets. It's only available by texting us at 66866. And there's also a coupon code in there to join insiders as well too. So that's what we got, guys. Monday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be here or be square. We will be here next week with more Mentorship Monday live, and we hope to be answering your question right here. I'm talking to you, Karen Patterson and Alex Logo. Thanks for watching, and Chris Mattern. Thanks for watching us today, guys, and all those folks that watched us today. I appreciate you guys. I'm hoping this is the motto we move forward with for Mentorship Monday. And Justin, do it with me, man. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great and profitable week.
Profitable week.
Woo!